Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage, Dawn Winters.
Well, good afternoon. So, my fellow Gen Xers, you know that song, right? Whether you played it from the front of the car or you were jamming out in the back seat, right? You know that song. And check this out. You all have been sitting for a really long time, right? Really long time. Do you want to stand up with me for just a minute and just a little bit? Can we a little more LL Cool J just for a second? Are you ready? They knew this was coming, so they did. Now they're like, no. No, I'm not, you don't want to hear me sing. I'm like Connie Podesta. You do not want to hear me sing. No, not necessarily. Okay, perhaps they can't do it, but stretch anyway. Now that you're up, you can give yourself a stretch. Take up space, right? Make yourself, have a little bit of a stretch because we've been sitting for a really long time. You guys can go ahead and have a seat. Thank you so much. My apologies. So, here we are. This picture means a whole lot to me, but before we get rolling, if you don't know me, my name is Dawn Winters, and I am incredibly blessed to be the Silver Premier Leader of Team Delta Flight. Some of them are here with me today. Very excited. So this picture means a lot to me, and before I tell you about it, I want to let you know that it took a lot to get to the point of it being taken. On the left is my daughter, Bella. On your left is my daughter, Bella. And the one on the right is her friend, Caspian. These two are the type of friends that we all want to have. They support each other, they encourage one another, and if they haven't seen each other in a while, it's as if no time has passed. And check this out. These two, they actually met because of Posh. Caspian's mom, she had a Posh party, and she said to bring my daughter along so that Caspian had someone to hang out with, and really to kind of keep them away from us doing our thing, right? And the two of them, they have been friends ever since. So back to this picture. It was taken a day that they decided that they wanted to go roller skating and that I had to go along with them. I did not want to go. Bella had to bribe me with coffee to get me there. In the end, 2 minutes before it was time to head out the door, I relented. I grabbed a set of roller skates that I had had for years and headed out the door. Something in me said that even though I didn't feel like it, I should just go and do it anyway. Look at us. We are so happy. We are confident. Well, we got to the rink, and it was really touch and go as to whether my trusty old skates were going to fit. I'd really had them since I was about 13. So I got them laced up, and we ventured out onto the floor. I made it around there 1, 2, and 3 times. I was victorious. Middle school Dawn would have been so proud that I remained upright the entire time. I felt like I had conquered something that I didn't think that I could do. Well, then it was time to stop for a drink. We went to get off the rink, and something didn't feel quite right. It just felt off. You know when you have that feeling when something just kind of feels off? Well, Bella looked back at me. "You're fine," she says, and smiled. She reached for my hand. We rounded the first corner. I was skating again. It was admittedly a little tougher than before. I was shocked, but I was still going. Well, then I looked down. It was then that I realized that I didn't have all of my wheels. There I was on the roller rink with just the 6 wheels. And in case you didn't know, with 2 skates, you're supposed to have 8. But you see, before I looked down, none of this mattered. It didn't matter. It was only when I came to the realization that I was missing them that I couldn't skate anymore. By then, I could only hobble back off of the rink to find my wheels. Until I looked down, I wholeheartedly believed exactly what Bella had said, that in fact, I was fine. I did it anyway. And that, my friends, that belief that we are fine is sometimes all we really need to do it anyway. Now, unless you are my husband, I love you very much, Tim, but unless you are my husband, this is what fine means to me. Fine means that you are fully capable, that you are industrious, that you are knowledgeable, that you are enthusiastic. And when you're feeling fine, you have a superpower. That is the power to ignore all of the haters and do it anyway. So now story time. Several years ago, when I was pretty new with Posh, I did a big and very scary thing. I bought a plane ticket to travel to an event. I packed my suitcases. I drove to the airport, and I went all by myself. I had a wonderful time. I made some new friends. I learned so very much. I thought that I was fine. But while I was there, someone looked me dead in the eyes, and they told me that I wouldn't make a good leader because I worked full time. At the time, I was also a single mom with a small and dedicated team. Those words were said to me, "You won't make a good leader." Do you know what I said to them? Nothing. I said nothing. I didn't fully believe that I was fine. But there was something that was burning inside of me, and it was that strong desire to do it anyway. In fact, you guys already got this. In fact, my mantra to those who have always doubted me has been, watch me. So, I know some of you have this very same mantra, right? So, I spent time with those new friends at that event, and I gathered strength. My level of knowledge grew. And you know what? I went home from that event with renewed energy. I pushed on. I shared Posh with my friends. I did parties. I brought new people into the fold. I did it anyway. 3 months after that, Delta Flight, my amazing team, they promoted to Premier. 6 months after that, they accepted the title of Silver Premier Team. So, kudos to Delta Flight. This is the truth of the matter. When they, whoever they is, when they say you can't, you don't have to prove them wrong. You only have to prove yourself right. You must believe that you're fine. You are fully capable, industrious, knowledgeable, and enthusiastic. They don't get to have a say in your life, my friend. And it sounds great, right? Yes, they don't get to have a say, you have to be fine, all of that. It sounds great until the uninvited party guest shows up, loud and seemingly in charge. And do you know who shows up to that party to stop us from doing all the things? I think I might have heard it. Fear, yeah. Fear, at the root of all of it, the thing that's holding us back, it's fear. And fear shows up differently for every single one of us. For some people, it shows up as anxiety. For others, it's worry. For some of us, perfectionism, you know who you are, or overwhelm. I know all of these very well, and I'm guessing that you do too. And no matter what you call it, these are all fear showing up as some janky version of itself. You know, those memes, right? Like what I ordered from Wish.com and what actually showed up from Wish.com. Those are fear, even if they don't even look like it. Those are fear knocking on your door, coming in and plopping down in your couch and telling you that you don't believe in you. How messed up is that? And you know what? I don't know anything that could be possibly more sad than you not believing in you. So, the next time that you feel fear or a version of it, remember that you get that choice. Forget everything and run, or face everything and rise. That choice is yours. Figure out what it is that you're afraid of and stare it down. Know that you are fine, or if not fully, that you will be. You are fully capable, industrious, knowledgeable, and enthusiastic. And with that, you can do it anyway. So, looking back at the stories that I've shared with you today, was I really fine? Oh, you had better believe it. I didn't know it. But I faced down the anxiety, the worry, the perfectionism, the overwhelm, and I did it anyway. It has been so very worth it. Do all the things. Do them in spite of your fear. You will be fine. I want you all to do it anyway.
Ladies and gentlemen, please